Hey everybody, how's it going? So today we're going to talk about Loki and that Disney Plus series, because recently a lot of reports have been coming out about certain characters like Kang the Conqueror being maybe involved with this series. So today we're going to talk about how Loki may be able to introduce a character like Kang the Conqueror and kind of what that might come in the form of. So when Loki was last seen in Avengers Endgame, he was shown utilizing the Space Stone for currently unknown reasons. Now, plot details have been kept rather under wraps for all intents and purposes, but details have leaked here and there, including a leaked image of Loki seemingly imprisoned. And when he was imprisoned, the attire he wears has TVA on it, which seems to confirm the inclusion of Marvel's time variance authority. So throughout Marvel Comics, they are actually a multiverse-based organization governing realities throughout the multiverse, minimizing temporal interference within their domain. So what I mean by their domain basically is they don't roll over the entire multiverse. It's constantly expanding. They are battling other individuals for, I guess, authority, at least, governmental type authority over the multiverse, which is not limited to beings like Kang. Now, this makes sense actually for the Loki series, because with him using the Space Stone and also being an alternate universe counterpart himself, he's probably creating temporal errors across the entire multiverse without even realizing it. And likely with the usage of an Infinity Stone across multiple realities, it's not only creating a lot of problems, but gaining the attention of higher level beings. Now, at the same time, they create such an unnatural distortion, you would think, to the degree that an organization like the TVA would get involved, some other big players would ideally be involved to some capacity, whether it's their curiosity or actively they're playing a role either in the manipulation, the alliance of, or I guess alliance with, or maybe even going against a character such as Loki. And in the Marvel Comics kind of pantheon of characters relating to time travel and space-time in general, Kang the Conqueror and his dynasty would definitely fit very well. They're at odds constantly with the TVA, but even outside the TVA, I think if news of the Space Stone spread throughout the multiverse, it's likely Kang would be a character who would want such a powerful object for his own personal goals of advancing his dynasty's growth, not just maybe across time, but across multiple realms of space as well. And Kang is pretty much well known as Marvel's go-to time travel villain, so he could fit pretty well into Marvel's also rumored Young Avengers plans through the character of Iron Lad. And at the same time, while it's unlikely Kang will appear in person so quickly, as the MCU would likely want to build his legend, his mystique, similar to how they did that with Thanos, it would be really cool to see Kang enter the MCU, especially because if they really want to, they can connect the character with the Fantastic Four, since technically Kang the Conqueror is a Richards, so he's related to Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic. Now, will they go that route? I don't really know, because it might get a little convoluted, but who knows? It'd definitely be really interesting, especially if they played it off as maybe Reed's future descendant line, or just maybe Reed's future himself. I doubt they'll go that far, but also it's worth noting that in the Ultimate Comics, Kang the Conqueror is Sue Storm. So basically, I think it was Ultimatum with the incursions. When all that stuff was happening with the incursions in the Ultimate Universe, Sue Storm basically went back in time, told Reed Richards what was happening. That triggered eventually Reed Richards' turn in Ultimatum, because all the evil things he was doing, in his mind, it was in the belief that it would prevent the incursions from destroying that universe. So it'll be really cool to see if maybe Kang the Conqueror within the MCU is actually female, because technically they have that basis to work off of. Now, if Kang enters the MCU through the Disney Plus series Loki, it would also be interesting to see if they reminisce between the two of the characters on the fact that they are one of many alternate reality duplicates. That's kind of an interesting thing. And also, I wonder if Steve Rogers will come into play. Not the character appearing, portrayed by Chris Evans, but I wonder if the character will be mentioned, since technically that is a temporal interference in some way, shape, or form, since Steve Rogers, by the end of Avengers Endgame, is not in his proper timeline. But leave your comments down below. What do you guys think about this? What are your feelings on a female Kang the Conqueror versus a male Kang the Conqueror? I think if they do it like the Ultimate Universe, which is like basically alternate Sue Storm more or less, it could be pretty cool and they could really do some cool things with it. But leave your comments down below. What do you guys think? And we'll see you guys later.